Hello everyone, welcome to your next Framework 7 tutorial. In this tutorial we will be looking at icons, how to add icons in Framework 7. And these are what I call icons. This is home. This is another icon of a human torso. This is a fire, and this is a time glass, and this is time, and so on and so forth. You just keep seeing icons and custom icons. It makes sites beautiful. Look at icons. It makes sites beautiful. If you check this site, you will see another one, gear for settings, and another one. So if you're building an app or a website, you will definitely be needing icons. Like here, you'll be needing icons. So I'll be teaching you in this tutorial how to add icons to your Framework 7 app. So we will just check out Framework 7 app, and it has no icons yet. So let's see if we can add it so quickly. Since Framework 7 uses material design, we could just try adding the material icons. You could use any icon sets if you can get any, but we will start with material design icon sets, and that will be really interesting. What we'll simply do is to get to Google and search for material design icons. Alright, so we'll just quickly get to Google and say Android material icons, or whatever, anyhow you want to search for it. Google will get you to this page, and this is the link we are looking for. You can even just search for material icons. So we'll click on it and wait for it to open. It has opened, and here is the list of Google's icons. I don't think there is any icon set larger than this in the whole world. Let me scroll down. You'll see that it just goes on and on and on. It's on and on and on and endlessly. There is nothing you want to add in this life that is not here. Google has just kept on improving and adding more and more icons. So this is exactly what you're looking for, the icon set of Google. Then each icon, if you're observant, each icon has a name. Alright? And for us to be able to add these icons, we'll click on developer guide. When you visit the site like this, and then you scroll down a little, click on developer guide. If you're looking for any icon in particular, you can just search for it here. For instance, to search for money, we'll see icons that have to do with money. You understand? We'll see icons that have to do with money. So you just search for whatever you want, and let's see how to add the icons to our app. So we'll click on developer guide right under the icon font. So click on developer guide, and we'll simply scroll down to see how we can infuse it into our app. So when you scroll down this page, you'll see how to add it with GitHub, and how to add it with Bower and NPM. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the easy way. So this is how to link it in our page. So we'll copy this. We'll link it as a CSS file, as a style sheet. So we'll copy, and we'll get back to our app, and right where we have the style sheets, we can add it. So I'm going to add the material style sheet. Paste. So that's what we're looking for. We've added it, and that essentially solves our problem. The next thing we're going to do is to really add an icon. Let's say we want to add an icon to this. Remember this great sample app 7? If we come to our app, this is it, great sample app 7. So we'll try add an icon right here. So what you do, how to add the material icons, is to create a container, and I'm using for instance. You can use span, and span. Alright, now we have span. We can add a class inside it. You must add a class called material icons. We add a class called material icons, And when that is done, we just give the name of the icon. We can start with an icon called face. This name is coming from a place when we visit the Google page, material design page. I'm going back to the previous page. Okay, the name we just put are the names of these classes. You understand? So any of these icons you want to use, you use the name. So we used one that is called face. You could use any name of any of the icons. So when we have it like this, what you can do is quickly go and refresh our app, and you see it here. The face has appeared here, which means we can have other icons. Let's use restore, for instance. If we have restore, and we check our app and refresh. Oops. If it's not showing, like we are saying restore instead of the icon, it means that we have a problem. So what you do is right click and inspect element, scroll down and click on console to see the error, and it's telling us to refuse to load the style sheet. The style sheet we added is not loading for a reason, as you can see. So because it violates the following whatever. Just take note of this style src on save, and it's telling us the line, so we click on it. This is a very important thing to change, and it shows us the line on line 41. So we'll go back to our code and check out the line 41 in our code, and scroll. Line 41 is not linking this because of a rule. If you scroll up your code, you will see this particular meta tag that is called Content Security Policy. It's called CSP for short, and as you can see, it has some rules on content, and each rule is separated by a semicolon. Now let's try and understand what is here. Default SRC that it should not allow stuff to be added inline. Then the next thing is that the style, this is style, that the style should always be from itself, not from external source. For instance, right here, this style sheet is coming from inside a folder that is in our app, but then this one is coming from a website that is external. So the rule here is what is preventing this rule is what is preventing this guy from working. I hope you get it. And if you read the comments here that PhoneGap added to us, this came from PhoneGap. The comments they added, if you read it, you see that it's saying that look at here, this is a wide open CSP declaration. To lock this down for production, see below. So it said GAP is required only for iOS, HTTPS G-static is required only for Android, and is needed for TalkBack to function properly. There is eval that was disabled and stuff inline was disabled. So they gave a sample example for Android. So what we have here is the sample for Android, and they commented it out. So let's look at what they have for Android, and it's content default src self, which means we can have an external file according to what is here, and there is gap on save inline. It was mentioned for, that's the gap they talked about here. Okay, and there is G-static required for Android too. Then style itself again, and still on save inline, and then media src, which means we can there is a star sign here, which means asterisk sign, which means we can add any media, any image or video from any URL. But then we can't just add any CSS or JavaScript files from external URLs. So if we want to customize this for our own sake, we can customize it manually if we are sure of what we're doing, or they give an instructions here saying that create your own at cspawesome.com. So before we come and customize this, let's see if we can create ours. Let's just check out the website. So you go to your browser, and visit the URL CSP awesome, CSPIS awesome. So this is the generator for that code, the generator. So we are denying all access, no. We allow wildcard access, which means we can import external scripts and whatever. We can just create create. So it gives us this guy, and if you observe and you see that this guy has a star asterisk sign, which means by default it should accept all, and all of them has a asterisk signs, which means by default they should accept all. So we can copy this and go to our code. Otherwise, I'll prefer to edit this one that already exists because they did some specific stuff for Android there. So let's comment this one out because they say they are telling us that this is a wide open CSP declaration. So we just need to comment it out. And let's use the one for Android. I'll uncomment the one for Android. If you have ever built an app and after compiling it, it refused to run because the external scripts there refused to run, the reason is that it's either this entire CSP is missing, this line is missing from your app, your PhoneGap app, or that it is there but then you didn't take care of these self declarations. Hope you get it. So if you built an app that uses Google Map, for instance, and it's not working after production, this is usually the reason. So to solve this, we'll put asterisk sign issue. By default, it should accept everything, and then we scroll to start and say, hey, everything, no matter where we are coming from, just accept it. So this is cool, and we are good to go. Let's go check out again and refresh our app. And be sure, let's go check out our app. Reload. Okay, our icon has appeared. So that's how to add an icon. Just make sure that any PhoneGap app you're building these days, just make sure that this line is there. Content security policy. Make sure that it's there. Look for it, and then use the asterisk signs to change what's the external scripts you are adding. Alright, there's another way to get this done, which is by Bootstrap. We'll quickly look at how to use Bootstrap icons. There are many ways you can import icons from anywhere, but let's just see if we can import Bootstrap icons. We go to Twitter Bootstrap, and remember it is getbootstrap.com. This is Bootstrap used for designing websites. There is something they have that is interesting to us, which is their icon set. So I'll open their icon set. If you want to see their icon set, you click on components, but here we clicked on get started. So let's look at what they have in the icon set that is of interest to us. So this is the components page. If you scroll down, you see that they have a rich set of icons, very wide range of icons that could be cool to use. So they have a way of adding theirs too, and let's see if we can import it into our app and start using it. So what we'll do is we import CSS. We import the CSS of Bootstrap. So look at it here. We just, on the getting started page, we scroll down to this and then use their CDN. I'll copy this, right click, copy, then come to our app and add it as a CSS file. Add it anywhere, especially above these guys, the one for material. We add it, and once we have added it, it means we can start using it straight off. So let's look at the bottom, which is where the product is. These links here. Let's add a Bootstrap icon to the links beside this product. We want to add an icon here. So we'll come to this link, and here is how to add Bootstrap icons. You just mention anything, any container, then give it a class called Glyphicon. Instead of doing it offhand, what you will do is go to the Bootstrap components page, find the icon of your choice. For products, we'll be needing probably let's just choose a random icon. Let's say this one. You copy the text Glyphicon move. So copy it, then come to the class and paste it there. Right click, paste, and then make sure that there is no space there. So this is what we now have. We have a span, then open the class and added this, and we closed it, and there is nothing inside. It's quite different from that of material icons. Material icons, you add a class, then you put the name here, but in Bootstrap it's inside the class here. So we have it, we'll save, then we'll go and refresh our app and see if we'll refresh. So here is it, the icon has appeared. Alright, that is there are many icons on Bootstrap. That is just how to add icons to your, as you can see, I changed it to love. That's just how to add icons to your Framework7 application. You can either use Material Design, Bootstrap, and there are a whole lot of them. For instance, Ionic has its own set of icons. You can import it just like this. So just use whichever one is good for you. Alright, thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial. One more thing I may just mention is that if you have this kind of alright, let's just talk about it in the next tutorial. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.